Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Curious Expedition. Music died completely right as I hit record. Welcome back. What was I saying? We're going to a place, right? Where are we going? Well, we have a horrible desert over here. I'm not a huge fan of things that are horrible. But it does have a temple and a mission. The opulent Drylands also has a mission and a village and some shrines and... Okay, apparently we're going to a mission no matter where we go. I mean, I like a temple. Also, you know, I said that thing, I shot my mouth off already about the horrible desert, but you know, like maybe it's ironic. It's an ironic title, like when you know a dude who's real, like, tall and muscular, so you call him tiny. I'm choosing to believe that that's what it is. The Empress of Maschinen was elated. She gave me the promised reward and went off in search of a ship willing to take her to her new land. Why didn't she just come with me? When we went early... I don't know, okay, whatever. I was greeted by a gentleman. He challenged me to complete my forthcoming expedition within 80 days and offered a reward upon completion. We will not be accepting this quest because I do not think we will succeed at it. Okay. When you don't do that great of a job coming in early, you get fewer choices. And it looks like maybe the choices you get are a little bit worse, because we have negative traits on both of these guys. First of all, I don't in general love Bedouins. They're fine. Their trait is they can show you oases from further away. They'll appear on your map when you're quite far away from them. Really only useful in deserts, and I know we're going to a desert, but we won't necessarily be going to a lot of deserts. And also, this person is a kleptomaniac, and I hate that. I hate that. They steal loot, and then I don't get loot. I need all the loot. You don't get any loot. Actually, I'm not paying these people or anything. What is their incentive to come with us? Anyway. Sergeant Louis Overton, the soldier, thus really the only choice. Claustrophobia is very minor, and he has a sanity regain. So, like, fantastic, man. We could use one used to fisticuffs, such as Sergeant Louis Overton. This guy probably knows a thing or two about fisticuffs. He's got that red dye. Alright, let's purchase equipment. We have quite a lot of money. Looks like the only sanity restoration we have access to is whiskey, so we're just going to buy a bunch of whiskey. We should probably have some medical supplies. We should probably have some dynamite. You cannot ever have enough dynamite. That's ridiculous. The concept is so ridiculous on its face that I almost couldn't make myself say it. Okay, do I want to do this and just bank? This gives us... Well, I mean, there's no good reason not to bring another medical supply, right? And then we just bank 9. I know 9 is not a lot of funds to leave, but there's nothing here that I really want to carry that costs 9 or less. We can bring another torch, I guess. Nah, we'll just leave 9. That's fine. Somebody put these in the bank. Alright, so we are still down a crew member, and we could resolve that by recruiting from villages here. If we can maintain reasonable standing or a big enough pile of animal parts. Because sometimes if you show up to a village and they really hate you because you've been constantly desecrating their lands and blowing up their monuments and dropping out of the sky in your crazy ship into the middle of their territory, if you just hand them a big stack of, like, hyena teeth, they'll be like, oh yeah, okay. No, we're straight, it's fine. Oh, you know what? This is a proper desert map, right? Let's bring a lot of water. Because who wouldn't fall in love with a huge pile of hyena teeth, right? Alright, let's have a look around, shall we? Okay, well that was easy. Play the drums, and then I guess move to here. Alright, so there could be some new... temple effects. This might even be new temple art. I'm not sure if I've seen this before. What do we got? A wooden goblet containing a strange liquid. I never did figure out if the description of the goblet actually does match up to particular effects or if it's always just a random description. Well, I think we're going to let Corporal Ebenezer Cyrus drink. He's a lot less likely to... Well, that's actually not true. Never mind. I was going to say he's a lot less likely to die in some silly way, but... They both have the same loyalty and everything. Like, hit points are not a good indicator of likelihood to survive, and in fact, it's kind of the case that characters with lower hit points are more likely to survive because they will heal from their wounds to being back at full health more quickly. You know, if both these guys take 10 damage, Louis Overton will heal it in 80% of the time, right? And then he'll be at full health while this dude is still at 12 of 14 and potentially getting infected. At least I think that's how it works. I don't think that the healing is percentage-based. It might be, for the purpose of alleviating this very concern. You know what? I'm going to hit it with Louis Overton. The fact is, he's more valuable because sanity regaining is more valuable. He has gained a holy marking. He protested initially, but then downed the whole liquid. One entire liquid. As he drank from the chalice, I could have sworn I saw a ray of light coming down from the ceiling, suffusing him with a wonderful, almost hallowed aura. Some form of holy symbol had appeared on his forehead. That's pretty weird. He's so excited, and there's nothing he can do. He cannot hide it. Okay, so we get +3 standing on every expedition, including this one. Right now, he just got +3 standing. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna level him up. I think we're gonna level him all the way up quickly. So this is probably an oasis. Oases are very commonly surrounded partially by mountains, like 3 or 4 mountains. But let's go over here first. I don't want to hit the oasis yet. Let's hit this cave. We'll hit the oasis when our sanity is a little bit lower. We've discovered the detritus of what seemed to be a failed expedition. The mangled remains of what must have been an Oriental explorer. That's, listen, this game takes place in the past, alright? A shovel and a treasure map. That's very interesting. I'm not going to hold on to the canvas. Let's toss that. This treasure map indicates a region near a hill. We don't see any such region. The treasure map itself is weightless. Don't have to worry about that. And we found some free whiskey as well. Let's not overlook the whiskey. I think I'm going to drop one of the stacks of water. And we'll hold on to this shovel for now. We'll see if we can't find our way to... Where do I want to go first? This is interesting. A set of standing stones, like a stone forest, surrounding a ring of desert. This is a formation that I've never seen before. I think let's go down here first. We'll go to this thing that I'm fairly sure is an oasis. And I'm going to... I wish I had a tiny bit more sanity. We have picked up our first marked bullet. Low value, high usefulness. Although now we actually have enough red dice to just run our shotgun combo almost all the time anyway. And I think I'm just going to eat the potential bad event for resting at less than... Oh, that was real bad, though. Our mountain soldier has become a kleptomaniac. I have strong feelings about kleptomania, which I have, I believe, very recently discussed. Perhaps only moments ago. So that sucks. We'll rest overnight one more time. Okay. Nothing terribly exciting, just some flavor text there. I'm clicking through, I'm reading fast. Alright, we will put 2 more water into our stack of 18 water, and then continue onward. So we could wait and figure out what this is on the way back. Let's go south first. Partially because I'm curious, and partially because I kind of want to fight a giant bird. Although, if we fight this giant bird, where are we going to carry all the stuff that comes off of it? Yeah, alright, let's just go figure this out. We gotta find that mission. Oh, it'll just be the pyramid then. I mean, that makes sense, given the shape of the... with it being so close to the boat, I'm kind of surprised. But I wonder if we maybe experienced a little bit of a glitch in our boat placement, and maybe we were supposed to actually be, like, over here or something. Because, this is... Listen, I'm not an expert, okay? I have never intrepidly explored anywhere. But I think that this is an unusual method of entry. Anyway, this is a stone circle, and I think we will go and investigate because I would like to use it to tell me where all the settlements are, since I cannot seem to locate them on my own. Also, here's a giant bird. I guess we'll fight it, since we don't really have a way of not fighting it. Giant birds have a lot of health. 18 much health. That's a big amount. So we're hoping for some hands here. I'd really like to see a man from one of these dice. Okay, so we got that point blank. It's a pretty good start. He has 3 dice and they're all terrifying. So headbutt's not a particularly great use of our time, but I'm going to keep this man instead of trying to roll a sword, just in case we can't get Ripper Leap going, because it's starting to look pretty unlikely. Yeah, we didn't find it. So what are my options? We could kick him. We can headbutt him and then do a sword thing. If we kicked him, he'd go down to 10. And then we would have... We do have some dynamite, too. So, like, if we do kick, that's 3 damage. This isn't quite lethal. Because I could do safe dynamite throw for 6, and then bullet plus shield would give me 2 damage plus 2 points of shielding. But he still gets to attack next turn. So I think what I'm going to do instead is just take the tactical advantage and see if we can maybe get lucky and roll lethal in a way that doesn't require us to use a lot of resources. So we found man-man, or we found hand-hand. If we can get brain, this is going to be pretty good. Okay, there's our man. Alright, so we got him then. Point blank plus Ripper Leap is lethal, and we ended up not having to spend any resources. You know what? We'll throw in the last attack die. We're not even going to let him bleed out. Okay, unfortunately we can't carry, like, anything. Reveal settlements, please. Very much would like to know where the settlements are. Okay, so there's a village. We have the standing to attempt a recruit maneuver. We don't have any other villages. It's just the one village and the other thing. So let's have a quick look around. We're looking for a hill that is next to... It is near a narrow bit of grass. Still don't see it. Okay. The treasures are not always awesome. Sometimes they're pretty lame, but... What do I want to drop? My immediate instinct is to drop the water because we have, like... We can trade a lot of this stuff. But I suppose an extra torch and maybe 1 stack of water? We're going to buy some inventory space here by trading with the locals. And we're going to gain some inventory space when we hire an animal or something. Somebody's wound has become infected. Alright, well, as much as I don't like his kleptomania, I suppose we'll heal him. Then I'll play my drums. Alright. Its warriors seem to be a clan of powerful warriors. No, its inhabitants seem to be a clan of powerful warriors. The moment the natives recognized Sergeant Louis Overton, they became almost ecstatic about his arrival. Within seconds, we were surrounded by a dancing and singing crowd. I could tell that he was flattered by the situation. We gained 4 standing on that. That is... Wow, that's a really powerful perk. Is it going to do that every time we go into a new village? Plus 3 starting standing and celebrations all the time? Because that's awesome. Alright, I'm going to need your finest golden llamas. I know what this sounds like, just trust me. It's for my book. It's very important. Alright, these have higher trade value than funding value, so we definitely want to divest ourselves of these in whatever way is most convenient. I wish that they had green mushrooms. I would really love to try to heal our kleptomaniac. Well, I don't particularly want to give them, just leave them with a bunch of stuff, but maybe we could, or leave them with a bunch of free value. So maybe we take the coca leaves without the intent of using them, but we can use them if things get dire. And this way, we at least have the value to trade to somebody else. We could also, alternatively, take the horn flutes, but actually we're going to have inventory problems as it is. Like, if we do this trade straight up, we are exactly out of inventory spaces. If we trade them our machetes as well, and we take, like, all these mini puppets? Wait. Oh, these are worth, 24. Yeah. So the value we have here is 25 plus 24. So I'd have to give them a bullet. A bullet corrects things. Okay, and this gives us a lot of trade value. It doesn't leave anything on the table, and it doesn't overburden us, but it does keep us at maximum burden. Although, you know, at some point here, we're gonna find this treasure map. Okay, so we can pick up an animal handler. Or a donkey, or a more different donkey. A slightly less qualified donkey. Well, my immediate thought is animal handler, because we already have a pack animal. An animal handler expands your inventory sort of like a pack animal, and also expands the inventory of your pack animals. But we can spend level up points on him to increase the amount of extra capacity we get, instead of having to spend funding on our extra capacity. But my concern is that we only have one blue die, and thus only a 50-50 chance of keeping him around at the end of the expedition. I think that's what we're going to go for anyway. We'll just hope. Alright, so that bought us 2 inventory spaces, one from him and one from his ability. And then we're going to obviously rest here. We are going to refuse the alcohol. -1 standing is pretty whatever. Rest one more time. A native approached me with an offer. He told me that he knew of a location far from here which would be worthwhile for our next expedition. I will indeed pay him for this information. Would you like some tiny puppets? Apparently we're trading with his whole village. Because we can use their inventory. Well, he wants 15 value for this. I mean, I guess we can just leave 5 on the table. My concern is that anything we pick up is just going to cost us more inventory space, but I guess, to be fair, we do have more inventory space now. Alright. An awe-inspiring array of elephant graveyards in a remote region. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. Alright, so it's, I think, pretty likely that we end up tossing the horn flute, but yeah, it's pretty likely that we end up tossing the horn flute, but I don't think it's significantly worse than just leaving the 5 value on the table. Okay, so let's explore this cave. I'm a little bummed that we had to walk right up to it. I threw away my torch. Well, let's throw away a bunch of sanity, because I hate sanity and winning. And then we'll just drink some whiskey. And set everything right with all the whiskey. Because that's what alcohol does. It fixes all problems. Okay, a shrine. It's not totally ideal. I would rather have found the shrine after after finding the mission. So the space is almost completely surrounded by desert, and the desert down and to the left has a little bit of stone foresting on it. Do we see a place that could be... There's a sandstorm here. Do we see a place that could be that thing? Honestly, this is a sandstorm, or this is a stone forest space. But this also is. Yeah, and there's only one space on the map. Only one such space. Well, I guess let's do the shrine. Volcano shrine, sure. I'm not afraid of volcanoes. I mean, maybe that's dumb. You could convince me that it's dumb. So do we just toss the horn flute at this point? Yeah, probably. Easy come, easy go, you know? Alright, we're still managing to dodge the crippling alcoholism. I'm gonna level up our soldier. Just in case we get in a fight with this raptor. Why would you go out of your way to step in the fire space? Oh, because this is a stone forest and has very slightly higher sanity costs. I'm going to wait until the raptor moves into combat range. It is, in fact, a pair of raptors. So we'll queue up the shotgun combo. We got a lot of green dice, man. We're going to find Ripper Leap basically always now. Would I be better off just dynamiting them? I would leave them each with 6. So how do we do 6 damage if we use our mind here? We get a kick. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do a Ripper Leap on this guy. We'll do a shotgun power blast. We'll use one of our bullets to finish this guy off, because now he'll bleed out. And we'll just eat the other dice, I think. Okay, that was a lot of damage. That guy's kind of a jerk. He is at 7. So I'm still really hoping to roll gun, obviously. Okay, couldn't find mind. That's a shame. Point blank. And then we'll use a bullet to finish the job, because bullet plus I is good enough. Unfortunately, he is made of different kinds of stuff than the birds are, and so now I have to carry... Oh, I guess I got rid of the bird feathers anyway. Well, let's definitely drop the meat. I don't care for this meat. And then... it's probably not the water, right? I mean, there's a lot of places where I don't actually have to cross bare desert spaces, and like the cactus forest or the stone forest doesn't require water. It doesn't even allow you to benefit from water. It's a tough call. Alright, maybe that was crazy, but I'm doing it. So let's step up here and get a good look around. Also get an infection. The two things are often related. Okay, so let's look at the map one more time. I still don't think I see it. So it's like a hill that has desert tiles on all 3 of its southern adjacencies. It could be in here, right? This is the hill. If it's like this space... Yeah, we can see that this is stone forest. Oh, and I guess this isn't stone forest. I think it's right here. I think it's right here, but we're getting totally screwed by that storm. I can't actually check it. Well, we can go to here and see what this is, and hopefully the desert storm goes away. I'm pretty sure it's not safe to go into those things. Alright, we're going to eat another negative event, and hopefully it's not more kleptomania. Okay, hallucinations, that's fine. I don't mind a little bit of hallucinating. While gathered around the campfire, we heard what sounded like a fight coming from nearby. Let's help him. A superstitious native warrior was fighting a gorilla in the middle of nowhere, for some reason. Hard to imagine, really, why that might have happened. So I think we're really looking for hands. We want to match these with kicks. We want to get Ripper Leap. Shield is basically just bad. It's a bad face. I think so. We want to keep man. Try to put together some kicks here. Okay, didn't really roll very well at all. Let's go for a shotgun. How many dice does he have? 2, so a headbutt wouldn't be horrible. But we're not going to kill him no matter what, so let's just wall off here. Do I want to throw a bullet into this? Bullet would get me to 5 shielding, which probably isn't really different than 4. He does have a 4 damage face on his die. Yeah, let's just save the resources. Oh, that's right. Smash does 5. I don't know why I was thinking it did 2. He has 5 health. Okay, we got there. Found that Ripper Leap. Alright, gorilla parts are not as valuable as raptor parts, I don't believe. I have too many Trek members, which is why I have enough carrying capacity for everything. So let's dismiss you, right? Over the klepto. Your thing is that you reduce the chance of triggering combat, which is not really useful. It's just... it's so good to fight, generally. Like, the cost of fighting is relatively low compared to the incredible benefits. I'm gonna drop the shovel. I'm annoyed, but I'm definitely not going into a storm. Was this here before? Is this one of my hallucinations? I honestly don't remember. Because Because I think you can lose crew members in a desert storm. I think that's a real thing. I'm fairly sure I didn't make that up. The HMS Beagle. How peculiar. Wow, 6 dynamite, okay. And we attracted some quote-unquote ferocious wildlife for a certain value of ferocious. This sure is some ferocious wildlife. So it's 2 sanity different to not take this huge, circuitous path. Oh, we should play the drums before we do anything. Save like 5 days. Okay, a trader. This is good. We can work with this. Actually, do I want to go fight these hyenas before we go to the trader? Because he will overvalue the hyena pelts. I think the answer is yes. I also think we're going to not have a very good showing time-wise here. Alright, I will absolutely just dynamite these guys. Take all. Okay, in this case I think we should just fight them. Because there's fewer of them. So we're looking for sword to complete our combo, and I guess Ripper Leap would be cool. Okay. Didn't quite get there, but we'll be fine. So we just Ripper Leap, and then we kill this guy with a bullet. Alright. If we got the shotgun combo, that actually wouldn't have been any different. Alright, let's walk overburdened back down here so that we have lots and lots of trade value. We'll just wobble back over here. Hey, free bullets. Okay, you have some stuff that's interesting. So the treasure pendulum will mark buried treasure on your map. We definitely want the elephant tusks, at the very least. So let's trade in some, gorilla paws, and these are worth 40 funds back home. But we could trade them all for, like, food. Wow, actually. Well, crap, I'm gonna buy stuff that doesn't take inventory space just to have some value to trade for. Like, we don't want to hold on to any of the meat. I don't want any of this stuff. You take the sextant? That's like a cool thing to have. What if I keep these and trade him all those? Now these are worth so much that they're like a pretty integral part of this trade. If I keep these. Okay, this adds 3 inventory spaces, but we're dropping 3 inventory spaces. But we already were over. Okay. Interesting that both of our pendulums are already vibrating. We'll spend a point here, and now we only have to drop 1 thing to get back down to our fighting weight, so to speak. I guess it's the puppets? I feel like this is not a small amount of trade value, but I think it is the least valuable thing in our inventory that's actually taking up space, because we have a lot of stuff in here that's not. Yeah, okay. I don't love throwing away lots of stuff, but oh, there's the alcoholism. Because you didn't have enough negative traits, right? Alright, let's go see what this is. What it is a hallucination, and we found that out faster than we otherwise might have. Because of our sextant. Of course you won't. I just need you to eat 1 more can of beans for safety. No, just saving 1 sanity by taking like 5 extra days worth of travel. Alright, let's do this. And then we will throw some stuff in the pre-storage room. Fantastic. Just get some treasure in there. Alright, and let's stay overnight a couple of times, shall we? I don't think I want to buy anything from him, really. Let's just give him teeth. Is there anything that I would like to get on my inventory? This is worth 20 now or 20 later, so we can give him both of these and take a dynamite. Deal. Came back with some whiskey. I would rather not drink your whiskey. Because some of us still aren't alcoholics. Alright, there's definitely not another inventory space that would be good to drop. Actually, can we get some first aid kits? What does he think? We don't really have anything that's not very valuable. So this is 30 and this is 36. Yeah, I guess we'll slightly overpay. There's not really anything that we can get back on it. Alright, after settling in for the night, we heard some disturbing sounds originating from the missionary's hut. Now, if we inspect this, and it is the abomination encounter that I've seen in the past, it would take us from 87 sanity to full. Or wait, do you get the sanity for sleeping here if you inspect it? Maybe not. Let's just get some rest. Alright, that was very useful. Oh wait. He has water, right? He doesn't. Buddy, how you living out here? So this is probably like an abandoned camp or something. Do I care about that enough to check it out? We should probably get out of here. 8 days. 17 days. So we can get out in like 32. We don't have to get last. Yeah, alright, let's just head out. I'm gonna skip that. Pendulum's going nuts, but I have no idea where it wants me to go, so. Oh, we don't have any climbing gear. Yeah, Jesus, look at that. Mark it on my map or something. I don't know what to do for you. Alright, well, let's examine the shrine. So we could try to climb without safety. If we go for this and fail, somebody could die. And unfortunately, we get no say in who it is. If it turned out to be our British soldier, I would be sad. If it turned out to be either of the others, I think we would probably find a way to live with it. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, we did not roll man. Okay, sometimes somebody just falls and gets injured. Our attempt was ill-fated. Sergeant Louis Overton slipped and fell, suffering a nasty head injury when he struck an overhang. He tried again and was successful. Okay, that was lucky. Also, the floor began to crack under the pressure of the foul gas. Below I could see a sloppy mass bubble and pop. I fled outside, only to see the shrine collapse in a cloud of stench so vile I could not begin to describe it. That's serious, man. That's some messed up stuff. Is this pronounced fumarole or fumarole? I need to look that up. Because you can't actually answer my question. What do we need? We need 78. Okay, no alcoholism. Great. Let's just swing past this pyramid. We may have to stop if we get chased by an animal. You know, these things happen. Let's fight a giant bird. If it's just one, I'm not too worried. Okay, well, we pulled Ripper Leap right off the top. That's pretty good. But let's not pull the trigger on that until we see all of our dice. And this is a kick. This actually looks... And this looks legit if we can roll shotgun. Okay. Plus shotgun. Plus kick. He's going to bleed for 2. He's still going to have 4 health left. I would rather take some self-damage from the dynamite than let him roll his dice. Okay, I'll take all of that. And we will run and hope that not too many wounds become infected before we leave, because I would really like to keep some of these medical supplies with us. Boy, it really doesn't want you to click that to open it. Alright, let's get rid of your wounds, even though this dude desperately needs some kind of mental help. Alright, 15 days. Can I cut that down? Ooh, yes I can. There's not... we're not traveling in a perfectly time-efficient way because we're scared of the sanity cost. 14 days. I'm not sure if that gets me ahead of her or not. My suspicion is it does not. What is the sanity cost of this travel? 80. So 2 whiskeys. Decreased loyalty. What? Oh, I guess it just, like, it for some reason, it cannot tell me increased loyalty when his sanity is maxed. What if I went like this? Yeah, that's a better route. It's still only 14 days, but if I took the old route, the last step would have been at 0 sanity, and there would have been a risk of a negative event. This way we don't have to worry about that. So this thing was going absolutely nuts before, and it didn't mark any of the mountains. So I think we're going to have to assume at this point that it does not, in fact, allow us to know ahead of time which mountains have hidden temples in them. We're just going to have to hope. Try stuff and hope. Well, let's sail home. It's not bad. Did I... Hold on a second. Yep. Oh, hey, my treasure pendulum. Treasure pendulum works. I seriously did that. Oh my god, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed with myself. Well, I walked past the pyramid once on purpose, intending to hit it on the way back up, because we were not in a desperate situation, sanity-wise. And then, on the way back up, I didn't click on it. Alright, well, if these natives drop a shovel when we fight them, we can at least get some use out of it. Alright, 8, 6, 6. Yeah, so we're hoping for mind. So we can get that nice dynamite throw off. Nice, safe dynamite throw. Alright, and then we have more than enough dice to just kick the remaining villager to death. When you put it that way, it sounds so horrible. Let's drop the meat, because I'm not going to be doing any more trading before we leave, I don't think. I am not pleased with myself. This was like a fair amount of fame that I booted by misplaying here. Alright, we're looking for... I should have kept mind. I don't know what I was thinking. Pressing reroll. Okay, that's a really bad set of dice. So we point blank him. He has 7 health left. We can spear him, and then we gotta find kick. Okay. It's a good use of our spear, because we're gonna have to throw it away anyway, after finishing combat. Good lord. Alright, well, yeah, like I said, I booted 50 fame and the supplies it's going to take us to cross the distance, so yeah, I'm pretty not happy with myself. But, you know, these things happen. When you make a mistake, even a big mistake, it is not usually helpful to wallow in your negative feelings about having made a mistake, right? Okay, we did not manage to find the man, which is sad. What we did find is cunning riposte, and this dude is going to going to get his turn no matter what I do, right? Actually, no. You can use up to 3 bullets in a single turn, I think. So if we went 3 bullets plus dynamite, it would kill him. I don't think I want to expend that many resources. Okay, we lost some of our dice because Louis Overton got to 0. That's pretty bad. But we can kill this guy trivially by just applying dynamite to him. I was hoping we wouldn't have to, and it has turned out that we don't have to. He has 2 instances of bleed, and also he's been shot in the face with a shotgun. So I guess what I'm saying is, swings and roundabouts? That's not how that phrase is used. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and leave all of our memories of my bad play behind us, and hopefully not too many of our wounds will get infected on the way home. Well, good luck. Cool, we get to keep all of our medical supplies. Alright, let's see if we can convince the animal handler to stick with us. We cannot. It's a bummer, but that means we return to London with only a single vacancy, which we can fill. And yes, please, let us never return to this place. Okay, what do we got? Reduce movement cost in deserts, reduce movement cost in shallow rivers, or +5 sanity when resting in nature. Now, it says nature sanity +5, but I'm pretty sure what it means is per day. So when you choose like rest overnight at a stone overhang or a waterfall, you actually stay there for like 4 or 5 days. So this does end up turning out to be quite a bit of sanity. And I think we're going to take it. I don't particularly like reduced movement cost in shallow rivers because there just usually aren't that many shallow river spaces in an area. But reduced movement cost in desert can be pretty powerful because you can just choose deserts on purpose after that, you know. You're not guaranteed to be able to do one, but I think we're going to take the increased sanity gain while resting in nature. Could have been better. We certainly did not beat 80 days. I get what they're going for on that one with the reference, but man, 80 days it's rough on this difficulty. Okay, so we probably want to keep these for trade value. We can sell all these. I think we can afford to gift this. Sell, sell, sell. Keep all this stuff for trading. Oh yeah, that's right. We had elephant tusks. We were definitely fine. That has trade value, but I don't know that I want to carry 2 inventory spaces worth of trade stuff. I'm just gonna... Actually, I'm gonna gift this. And all these. Okay, well, we're still in second. It's not the worst thing ever. It's pretty bad, though. Alright, so we have some normal stuff, but maybe we should go to the Defiled Elephant Dying Grounds. We will get extra fame just for completing this one, and also it will get us rich. And, you know, even once we get to the point where I feel like we don't need more funds, the elephant tusks are at least worth... they are at least worth fame. And also, elephant burial grounds, elephant graveyards, sorry. There's a pretty big difference between graveyard and burial ground when you're talking about elephants, because one of them requires the elephants to work shovels with their trunks, and I know they're prehensile and everything, but I don't think they're that prehensile. The sad Arctic. Let us never go there again. So yeah, the elephant graveyards have a chance of spawning animals, and that would be great for us if they spawned animals constantly, and we kept getting sanity. A collector asked us to obtain a rare idol. I'm going to refuse this quest because I don't need the money, and if we do indeed see the idol, we will take it, and we will keep it for ourselves. I don't love the cultists. They, in my experience, they're quite bad, and I have had a couple of real weird things happening with cultists about, and I've just discovered a very large bruise on my arm. I don't know how that could possibly have happened. What on earth could I possibly have done? But this guy's a superstitious Bedouin, and he only has 1 carrying capacity, so I think we actually are going to take the cultist. And, maybe fire the cultist at the first possible opportunity. We might as well utilize a fellow focused on the forbidden. Yeah, might as well. You're getting traded at the first village, buddy. Alright, well, let's lean into this whiskey thing, I guess. Alright, do we want to bring shovels? There's actual value to bringing shovels now, because we could reveal something with our treasure pendulum. However, we have very limited inventory space. I guess this and this are stacking into already extant spaces, though. And also we have rope that we can throw away. We have a horn flute that's just going to stay in the ship because we're just waiting to see if the instrument collector shows up at the next expedition. Alright, let's bring 2 shovels. And we'll just bank 99 funds. This is enough funds that it will allow us to recover properly if something goes wrong. If we have to bail on this expedition via balloon or something in order to keep our game going. So actually I don't feel bad about that at all. I mean, I guess... Actually, let's do that. That's probably smart. Okay. 49 funds, on the other hand, not really enough to recover if something goes wrong, so we have to hope that nothing goes that wrong. Alright. I guess I'll take some water with us, and we will throw this in storage. I think we'll bring the 2 rope. We'll probably use it right away, because you use it when crossing swamp spaces. Look at how far away we... Okay. Okay. Our thing, revealing stuff from further away, lets me know that I don't need to do this, because we can just hit it on the way back. We have animal parts for the trader. Trying to determine which side of this thing do I want to be on. Also, our temple pendulum is going nuts. I kind of wish we had the increased dynamite radius now. Yeah, that's a legitimate, valuable use case for that, right? Is when if you have a... Oh no, this isn't the temple pendulum, this is the shrine pendulum. They have the same art. This just tells us when we're close to shrines. Oh, this thing's getting traded right away. This has no use. I already know when I'm close to shrines, because I see the shrine. But anyway, what I was saying is, that's a legitimate use case for the dynamite radius thing. If you have the temple pendulum and it's going nuts in a situation like this, you could just drop the dynamite right here. Alright, what do you got, buddy? He's only showing us a selection. Sometimes he pulls back the sheet and he shows you the good stuff. Well, let's get crazy value for these bird feathers. So I want all of these, and like a lot of... Jeez, man, these things are... He values these double their real value. This won't cost us an inventory space. I'm just trying, like, where are we gonna sock away enough value to... Oh, hold on, I don't actually want... I want 18 of these. 17 of these. There we go. Yeah, that's actually... This doesn't add very many slots to our inventory. But we turned a couple of bird feathers into a crazy amount of value there. So one of the things... I wouldn't say that I have complaints about the game. But one of the things that I've always thought was a little regrettable about the game is that the hunting animals strategy is so much better. Like, non-combat really isn't an option. And this change with the trader, where he values animal parts super highly, really just reinforces that. Holy crap, that's good. Okay, let's check out this campsite, I guess. The rotten remains of what must have been a French explorer gaze at us through split eye sockets. They must have quarreled over loot. Okay, I guess we'll take all and I'll just drop the water. I'm not spending a level up point on this cultist until both of our fighters are leveled. What do I think you are? Probably a shrine or something? I don't know. We'll get it on the way back. That's my plan right now. This could be a lot of stuff. That's almost certainly a cave, you know. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, a shaman's hut. That's interesting. The shaman can cleanse the negative effects off of people. Do I want to spend to cleanse racism off of a guy that probably we're just gonna leave here? Nah, you know what? If he gets his own racist ass killed, so be it. Oh shoot! Did we have a buried golden pyramid on this one? That's the kind of thing you definitely want to remember. Tome page of targeted teleportation. Why, it's the greatest thing ever. So let's check our inventory real quick, see if there's anything that he overvalues. Okay, he does like the colorful marbles. You would think he might place some unusual value on coca leaves. Alright, well, let's try to trade him these. So this is 40 value. This is 20. We could take a moonstone just in case. We could also grab some voodoo dolls. We could trade him some other stuff, like all the coca leaves for a voodoo doll. Just to slow the other adventurers down, because I would like to come in a little better on placement this time. We could trade some animal teeth or some climbing gear. I don't really need the climbing gear. We already have our mountain climbing guy. So why don't we give him 2 more climbing gear, for 1 more of these, and then like climbing gear and a tooth for the other one. The tome page of targeted teleportation is such an incredible get out of jail free card. Oh, I forgot we're gonna get cleansed. Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine way to pay for that. Actually, should I bet we're not going to get use out of more than 1 shovel. Alright, let's get kleptomania and alcoholism. Gone in an instant, just like in real life. Okay, where am I going? North. Do I want to get an eye down here? Is it worth the sanity? Probably not, right? So we'll use our voodoo doll, which will temporarily pause the progress of these guys. I'm gonna skip it. No, I'm not. If there is something down here, I'll feel so dumb for not getting it. Okay. Well, that's something. Hard to say what. From its positioning, it seems like it could be a lot of different things. Right. We might want to try to... Oh, what am I doing? I should have known that he was going to... Well, actually, I kind of was expecting him to fall in behind us, not head us off at the pass. They do seem like they are maybe smarter than they used to be. Okay, really, really bad rolls so far. Wow, that's... it's hard to believe how bad that turned out. How badly that turned out. Well, let's go ahead and get the kill. We can do planned explosion, plus quick shot, plus these 2 dice. That was crazy. It's crazy how bad that was. Okay, why do I have... Oh, I didn't want to dig, darn it. I meant to pick this shovel up. Okay. Well, that's going to end up costing us some medical supplies, probably. Okay, this is a village. We have 2 standing. So let us enter the village. Gain 4 standing because of our incredible holy mark. Yeah, wow, that's way more powerful than I anticipated. We may as well pick up an elephant tusk because we're going to have to make a stack of those anyway, no matter what, right? Let us trade the meat to them because we have no use for meat. And also trade to them... Panther pelt, and you give me like berries. Cool. So the berries will take us to 40, and then 2 rests will take us to cap. And also let's recruit for somebody who can okay, scouts, cool. I like a scout. Our options are a male scout who is a sexist or a female scout. Our party is mostly male right now, so if we get the sexism question while staying with the villagers, we'll wish we had a male scout. So I think I'm going to take the male scout even though he has a negative trait. I don't think his trait's going to come into play very much, given that my party's exclusively male and everything. Okay, rest. Is my world superior to your village? No, of course not. I love huts and fire. Alright, then we rest again. We refuse their alcoholic beverage because I don't care about my standing. Okay. And then we're kicking you out of the party. Sorry, but I hate you. There are some loyalty issues, you know. Hey, what if he leaves me in the jungle? And I tell them, don't worry about it. Somehow, they don't find that calming. I don't know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Oh man, we're going to get to collect a butterfly. I totally forgot about our butterfly enthusiast thing. So do we want to level you up? I think we want to finish leveling Sergeant Louis Overton first. So let's eat the berries. Really, that's the most efficient path to... Wait, let's do this. Would I be better off hitting the butterfly on the way out? Maybe. Yeah, alright. Let's do this. Hey, look, mosquitoes. Those are like really ugly butterflies. Alright, my wound has become infected. No, Sergeant Louis Overton's wound. Well, I guess we'll use one of our 19 health kits. Alright, let's light a torch, and it's a tunnel. Yeah, sure. We'll use the tunnel. I'm curious where it takes us. Not very far. It did, however, take us away from all of the butterflies. One of the butterflies had its habitat destroyed by that geyser. What a shame. Okay, well, attack crocodile. That sounds cool. Our voodoo doll effect has ended, so let's pop it again. Alright, we're going to be doing a lot of attacking crocodile. Crocodiles have 18 health and are pretty scary. Let's go for the point blank. We want hands. Like, hands are way more efficient for damage than shields are, and we're trying not to get hit at all. That would be ideal. So what do we think we can do here? Best case scenario is Ripper Leap for 6 plus Kick for 3. So we would still need to use the dynamite no matter what. Alright, so then I'm hoping to get dynamite here. Or I'm hoping to get mined. And we will dynamite him. So that'll be 6. He'll go to 7. We still gotta find 7 damage. If we can roll man, that's 3. Shoot, we need eye. We need a big explosion. This is actually not great. We are gonna have a hard time defeating these crocodiles. We're gonna get hit a lot. If I go for eye and do an 8 damage explosion, can we get him then? Then he has 5 health left, and if we got a kick, I could just use bullets to finish it. Alright, I'm gonna go for that. Show me eye plus man. Okay, does this kill him? Puts him at 5. And then I have 2 damage plus 3 bullets. Yeah. Okay, this still does it. Actually, it only has to be plus 2 bullets, right? Because I can do riposte with one of the bullets. There we go. Alright, so we all took some damage. Hopefully the wounds heal naturally. That would be great. It would also be great if we had the ability to cook. I'm going to use the other voodoo doll. I think the duration just stacks up. Not 100% on that. Alright, so obviously we're going to have a lot of opportunities to pick up elephant tusks here. I don't remember what they stack to. I think it might be 5. Oh. Okay, this is one of those sacrificial altars. So if we do end up carrying a bunch of meat around, we can trade it in at the altar for cooked meat. Because when you put a lot of meat into water, it triggers a chemical reaction that compresses the meat into very... this bit's not going anywhere. Alright, I guess we'll range north. I'll try to make like a circular path so that we can hit all these things. Come on, heal. Oh my god, the healing is going so slowly. I would really like to not have to use medical supplies on everybody. Alright. We search, we find elephant tusk, we use drums, then we drink a lot. Then we head north because I think we might need to find the pyramid, I guess. And it looks like aside from Ebenezer Cyrus, we have healed off our wounds naturally, so that's good. Yeah, let's level up his vision. Because vision bonus is a powerful thing. My shrine pendulum says we're near a shrine. I guess it must be up here. I was hoping this was going to be the pyramid, but I guess maybe it's a shrine. Okay, kick. So that's 6 damage. He goes to 12. And then we throw big dynamite. Yeah. This is how I want to do this. In case you're wondering why I'm not shielding before throwing the dynamite, I'll show you. Shielding does not prevent self-damage. Which makes sense, because otherwise shields would trivialize those decisions. Alright, so if we roll shotgun, we got him on shotgun, and if not, I can expend 2 bullets. Alright, so if I was going to try to hold on to the meat, what would I drop? We're actually getting a lot of use out of these ropes. I think I'm going to dump the shovel. We haven't had any hits on our treasure pendulum yet. We're actually using the ropes. These all get used up. Yeah, screw these shovels. We'll drop the meat in the sacrificial pond thing and get some value out of it at least. Oh hey, there is a shrine here. It was carefully hidden behind that gorilla. Ooh, this is 2 gorillas. Okay, I'm actually concerned. This is bad. How do we do this? So gorillas only have 18 health. You know, basically 1 million. We're going to get hit a lot here. That said... No, never mind. I was thinking that said a feint is good here because it removes 2 dice, but feint is 2 blue dice and a green, not 2 green dice and a blue. So actually we're just in like a tremendous amount of trouble. This is a really bad place to be in. It's better for me to use this stuff for kicks and use the blue die for a dynamite, right? Okay, so he's on 7 health now. If I can get kick, we can kill him. I'd like to find the man. Okay. And then we actually want shields. Aside from that. Okay, so that's pretty not ideal. In fact, we can no longer kill him, right? No, I can. It just takes all of my bullets. Okay, that's not awesome, but it's certainly a lot better than letting them both hit us. Okay, so now we have a stun. We don't necessarily have to dynamite him, right? Because we could get kick. Actually, Ripper Leap gets us most of the way there. Yeah, now if we find gun, we're good. Okay, kick is also good. I need A damage. So you need to come up sword or you need to come up gun. Okay, we got there. We got there even slightly more than we needed to. And now I again have the question of throwing things away. Well, at this point, maybe it is the torch. I wish I remember if I needed this moonstone. Because this is the pyramid, right? So if we just walk here... I wish you were an animal handler. I don't want to throw away... Crocodile skins are valuable, gorilla paws are valuable, and also this is a pretty good stack of them. Yeah, alright. Toss the torch. An infection. Also, I didn't heal the infection that we already had, so... Lucky me that Sergeant Louis Overton didn't die of his wounds. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that I grabbed that moonstone. Caution wins the day again. Do I want to do this? Yeah, right? Yeah. Volcano Shrine. There's a lot of water spaces around here. We might be okay. Page of portal traversal. I still don't know what that does. You know what? We're going to find out. Ooh. Okay, we need to make it to the swamp. I imagine swamp tiles can't catch fire. I'm hoping. Oh, they absolutely can. Shoot, I wish we were adjacent to this. Well, we can run for the hill. That's what I'm going to do. Wait for the initial wave of fire to die down a little bit. And then we will, we'll make a run for it to the south after that. This was terrible. I don't disagree. Dude's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. Okay. You know he's got a family history. He's prone to alcoholism. Actually, we can start going now. There's no way the fire spreads across the open ground fast enough to catch us, and this stuff's going to burn out, so... I guess we swing through the mission? That wouldn't have been my first choice. I think we should try to go here first, I think. So I'm going to wait and see... This fire needs to burn out. Are you serious? Burn out. Okay. Oh, I should play the drums while we're stopped. Okay, we should be clear of the danger of the volcanoes now. I just wanted to try to get some vision over here and see if there's a lot to see over there. Alright, well that's a long way out of your way to go for a rest point, even with Fresh Air Fanatic. Alright. 2 tusks that time. Pretty cool. And then we... What, now we hit the... Yeah, now we hit the thing. Alright. So let us throw a little bit of loot in the storage here. I don't think we see any more gorillas, so we can throw this in. And then I guess we should drop the elephant tusks just because we're probably going to pick up enough that they would overflow the stack. Okay. What am I doing trading with him? What I need to do is stay overnight several times. I guess we could trade him our meat. I don't remember what kind of meat you get out of the sacrificial thing, if it's the plus 10 sanity or the plus 15. But we could trade 6 meat for a night here, and then 3 teeth and 3 teeth for the next 2. Throughout the entire evening, the priest made it very clear to us that Femikev was not welcome here. He used every possible opportunity to insult him, and Femikev was understandably upset, and now he's paranoid. Thanks a lot, Guy. Alright, the priest was greedy. I guess we'll just... whatever. We'll just give him all the meat. He's trying to bring us whiskey. I refuse. We seriously do not need to risk anybody else gaining alcoholism. And we're going to try very hard to get back to that shaman's hut so that we can cure the alcoholism that we already have. He didn't have any torches, right? No, I don't think so. So I think we're just not doing that cave, unfortunately. Alright. Well, there's not really any avoiding this crocodile. So this is really bad. All the green dice came up the wrong face. And we're looking for eyes, right? Because we have to do the big dynamite throw. Okay, this is considerably better. Kick, kick. Keep gun. So this will do 8 damage, then he's on 4. So if we roll man, we got it. Okay. We have it in 1 bullet because we have the shield to go with it. Bullet Hoarder has been valuable so far. We've gotten a lot of good use out of it. This sextant is fine. It's not amazing. Alright. Well, this is going pretty well. I guess let's head back over to here, play some drums, and we still gotta drink. Because it turns out that takes 93 sanity. Things were so much easier back when we had ropes, man. Wow, I moved all the way through that crocodile. Oh no, he did aggro eventually. Alright, let us sacrifice 3 delicious meats. Aw. I thought I remembered 3 meats translating into 1 meat. Or 1 cooked meat. Maybe it was more than that. Well, shoot, man. Can we get back people that we lost in all ways? Like, I'm wondering if we can get back the animal handler. I don't think I care. Let's skip it. Let's just, I'm not mad about having a scout. Scout's a fine party member. Well, let's wait for this crocodile to get within fighting distance. Okay, jeez. It stood still, just making angry noises at us for like 2 whole days. It's kind of crazy that I could hear it, actually. Alright, keep you and you. Really want other things on some of these dice. Okay, that's a pretty bad set of dice. Do we have a kill at all? I could get 6 damage, plus 5 damage, plus 6 damage. That's lethal. Actually, we can do this without the dynamite, right? No, he's going to bleed for 2. It does have to be dynamite to finish. Alright. Well, it's a good thing we found all these medical supplies, because we are really tearing through them. Alright, let's search this from this side so that the trip over to here is a little easier. Ooh, mysterious egg. That I like. I'm excited about that. I mean, we may as well. Alright. So do I want to grab the butterfly on the way in here, or nah? We'll pass through the butterfly space on our way back. We'll be fine. Alright. Ebenezer Cyrus has gotten his wounds infected so many times. Alright, and we got animal tracks, which is probably good for us. Hey, it's a tiger. Tigers only have like 14 health, right? Yeah. So we point blank him, and then we give him the Ripper Leap. We keep this, we're looking for kick. But I will accept, okay. I will accept having to spend a bullet. Okay, then he bleeds out from the Ripper Leap, and we get his skin, because I love to just carry the skins of every creature we meet around with me. It's definitely a good use of my carrying capacity. Alright, and we want to hit the... Oh no, this is the village. Hold on, what am I doing? I'm trying to grab the map, but it does not want to move. We want to get to the shaman's hut. But the geyser area is about to become impassable. So we could wait, or we could plot around it. I don't want to use the tome page yet. I want to save this. Because things are going to get bad, eventually. Alright, let's take a path like this. This will allow us to go around the water if it's still impassable by the time we get there. Oh, what? I thought we were pathing through this space. Okay, well, malaria is not great. How long is that going to last? Well, maybe forever. My impression is that the prognosis for malaria is pretty bad. But, you know, it's video game malaria. It's probably... We'll figure it out. Okay, let's use the shaman thing. Get our alcoholism cleansed. We will drink the rest of our whiskey first. Okay, good. Alcoholism for everybody. Fine. Alright, we need some of that. Sweet, sweet cleansing. Please give me... 7 meat worth of cleansing. Alright, well this is good though. We're going to get to basically completely reset our party. Mental health-wise. Okay, should we get healing? How badly injured are people? It's actually just me, and I'm only injured. I'm only two health injured. Yeah, that's fine. 24 days. So if we go right back to the ship, we'll get first place. If we don't go right back to the ship, we'll still probably get second, if we figure out what this is. But I don't think it's a shrine, because we saw 2 shrines on the preview, and we've already seen 2 shrines. That said, not everything is on the preview. Do I think that whatever this is, it's worth 50 fame? What would our path have to be to get the shrine and still get back to the ship? Would you please stop taking such a weird, circuitous route? That's 24. Like, we could do this as a path that gets us 22. Yeah, screw it. We'll just take the expensive path. Actually, we don't have a lot of sanity. I want to use this, but I don't want to use it right now. So what about this path? This path, which is pretty safe, is 26 days. This is 24. Oh, but remember, it won't actually be 54 sanity. It'll be 54 plus 15, because we have to start walking again. So, actually, it's still fine. Can I optimize this by 1 day somewhere without costing us a huge amount of extra sanity? Actually, no, it looks like I can't. We have to make this southward turn somewhere to get around this water space. What about, is it better for me to go to here? Yeah, that's 23 days. Okay. That's going to be the plan then. Whatever this is, I'm judging that it's probably not worth it. Those voodoo dolls ended up paying off. Shrine pendulum going nuts, giving us the very valuable information that we are near a shrine. Ooh, found some sticks planted firm in the ground. Someone put ghastly human heads on their sharp end. Their mouths had been sewn shut as if to silence them. I've never seen that description before. Well, let's steal everything. There was a blinding flash, and then all was quiet. Only much later I would understand. They were all gone. All references to the people of this land have disappeared as well. Wait. Did it remove the people from the... Huh. That's weird. And the thing it says about all references to the people of this land, I assume means that if you had taken studies of them, that you would lose those studies. I can't get a counter there. 5 days. Okay, yeah, so we're coming in first. That's pretty weird. That's a pretty weird one. But I'm assuming that we would find the village empty and be unable to stay there and interact with the villagers and stuff. So that's cool. That's a cool new penalty that will sometimes turn out to be beneficial. Alright, let's see if we can keep the scout on. I would really like to. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, things are going pretty well, I think. Sort of. So we're at 1660 and we have 2 expeditions left to go. This is totally a score that can win the game. Alright, so we got good reputation, which probably isn't necessary, lone survivor, which probably does nothing, and impetus, which really does very, very little. Travel base cost minus 25%, I think might actually be improved over what it used to do. I think it used to be base cost minus 1, which, when the base cost is 15, feels pretty bad. At minus 25%, it's going to be more like minus 4. You know, I don't know how it handles the rounding. But that's almost worth taking. If it's minus 4 for every leg of the journey, over the course of an expedition, that's probably going to save you, like... the savings might actually be significant. We've never needed good reputation less. So you know what? I'm going to take this. Also, our egg didn't hatch. We got an egg from one of those elephant graveyards and it never hatched. That's very unusual. Alright, well, we certainly don't need to sell anything that's not an elephant tusk. The question is, how many elephant tusks do we sell? How much money do we need for the last 2 expeditions combined? Let's go ahead and sell all of these ones. Keep this stuff for trade. Lots of teeth. We'll sell these. These are terrible gifts. So I guess we'll sell these too? That's gotta be enough money. These also make terrible gifts though. Hey look, butterflies. And this thing. And... man, we really, there's very little fame to be had. I guess we're going to sell all these. We're definitely gifting this tusk. But if I had remembered exactly what we had, loot-wise. I probably would have gifted all of the elephant tusks. In fact, I definitely should have. Well, that's a shame. Come back next time. We're probably going to the monstrous Arctic just because I feel like there's still a lot to figure out about the Arctic. So yeah, come back next time, and we'll see you then.